Hey guys, how we doing? The review I have for you today is actually one that's been requested a lot, and I think it's because people are so curious about this particular fragrance. A lot of people, at least here in the US, cannot get this fragrance. It's currently only sold in other countries. So the huge advantage to this fragrance would be if you had it and you live in the US, chances are nobody else is going to have it. Actually, really big chances are no one else is going to have it, particularly since you can't smell it anywhere. But to the fragrance I have on review for you today is Paco Rabanne's 1 Million. I've gotten a lot of requests in this, and I think it's because of the curiosity, just because people don't know what it smells like, and they can't go out and find out what it smells like unless they were to get samples somewhere, which I do recommend sampling this before you buy it. Always sample before you buy. But we'll get into the notes of this particular fragrance. Paco Rabanne's 1 Million opens with top notes of grapefruit, mint, and blood orange. The middle notes or the heart notes are rose, cinnamon, spice notes, and blonde leather. Don't really know about that blonde leather. And then the base notes is white woods, amber, and patchouli. Okay, really, how this particular fragrance will open up is you do get the blood orange in there. You get this just big blast of the blood orange, which I think is really appealing because you get just this invigorating orange. It has almost a fresh feeling to this fragrance. As far as the mint, don't really get too much mint in here. Just think of blood orange. If you don't really know what a blood orange smells like, think of an orange plus kind of raspberries. That kind of gives you the blood orange feel. Now, this blast of this you get is complemented by a little bit of that cinnamon in there. The cinnamon is just barely making a presence in there. Now, as it starts to go into the middle notes of the fragrance, usually after about 30 minutes is when this starts to kind of transition to the middle notes. That cinnamon becomes more and more predominant, and the blood orange starts to tone down a little bit. But the really neat thing that happens when the blood orange tones down in this particular fragrance is you almost get this sweet rose petal undertone to it. Now it's kind of hard to detect, but after you've worn it a few times and you kind of get used to the fragrance a little bit, as you start to move like an hour past the fragrance, you can kind of detect where that sweet rose would come in. Now, mind you, the rose is a feminine smell. Now, this isn't necessarily a feminine fragrance. I put this under a unisex fragrance. A woman wouldn't have any problem at all wearing this. It'll actually probably remind a lot of women of a similar feel of Calvin Klein's Euphoria 4 women. It's very sweet. Now this, like I said, is a very sweet fragrance, but it does start off kind of fresh with that blood orange and that grapefruit. So we're in the middle notes, alright? We have a little bit of rose undertones, and that cinnamon is getting stronger and stronger. It's not necessarily a tart, or not a tart wouldn't be a good word. It's almost like a dusty cinnamon, except in this cinnamon dust, you know, just like in this little spice container of cinnamon, kind of picture powdered sugar to be in there. So the heart, we kind of have rose undertones, cinnamon, and powdered sugar. Now the longer this gets on your skin, the sweeter it's going to get. Now you get a long time the base note, or of the middle notes. You probably have the middle notes on your skin for a good 4 to 6 hours, which you can already tell is going to have pretty good longevity if the middle notes are lasting that long. But as you do start to go into the base of this fragrance, that sweet cinnamon starts to become stronger and stronger, and you kind of get that amber kick in there. Amber, and even though it's not in the notes listed, maybe a little bit of tonka bean. This white woods that's in the base notes that it's saying is in the note, I'm not really getting any woods in this particular fragrance. It's a very sugary, sweet fragrance. Now, you guys know, I know at least you have been watching those who have been watching my videos for a little while. Sweet fragrances are great. Sweet fragrances catch a lot of attention. Sweet fragrances usually tend to project, but they are very hard to wear every day just for the fact that they can drive your nose crazy. Which is why I would recommend this one for fall or winter, and for an evening wear or a special occasion wear. This is probably one of the best fragrances for going to a bar or going to a club you can get, because the initial impression of this fragrance is just so positive. This fragrance is hard to dislike. If you like Paco Rabanne, if you like the original Yoke, if you like almost even Yoke Jump, it kind of has that sugary sweet feel to it. Now, if you're a fan of sweet fragrances, I highly recommend this one. Even though it does have a slight bit of that unisex vibe to it, which, ladies, this is one you could feel free to wear too. Although longevity on this is probably where it succeeds more than anything. I've gotten over 20 hours of longevity on this. Once you spray this on your skin, it stays on your skin for a very long time. And it actually projects pretty well too. So people around you will be able to smell it. So this one will get you a lot of compliments. I know I've been complimented a few times on this one. But to apply Paco Rabanne's 1 million, just take one spray to the neck, just right below the neck, then one on each wrist, and that is all you need. Trust me, guys, you do not want to go overboard on this stuff. It smells really good, but going overboard on any good thing is not a good idea. But definitely, guys, I would recommend this fragrance highly. I did give this one a 9 out of 10, and it did make it on my list of most complimented fragrances. So if you're looking for something different that no one else will have and you live in the US, this is one to get. Now, if you live in Europe, this is one of the top sellers for clubs in Europe. But if you want kind of your own little secret that none of your friends will have, Paco Rabanne 1 million is one to pick, and even the bottle is phenomenal. On Paco Rabanne's website, actually, they claim that every one of these ingredients in this is natural except for the blonde leather. That's supposed to be the only synthetic ingredient. And I mean, it does smell really nice. It does smell high quality. But, like I said, 9 out of 10, guys. I know you wanted this one for a long time. I probably should have reviewed it a little bit earlier, but hey, the review's out now. Always rate, comment, subscribe my videos, guys. Tell me what you think about 1 million if you've tried it. And try to find samples of this. You can get them at Fragrance Net or the Perfume Court's another nice place to get samples at if you're really interested in this one. It does have a younger feel to it. If you're after super masculine fragrances with a lot of woods and whatnot, this isn't the type of fragrance for you. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. But same thing for you, ladies. You could very well wear this one too. And if you like Calvin Klein's Euphoria for women, not the original, I know they have like 7 different flankers of the Euphoria for women, try this one out. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Awesome sillage, awesome projection, and a pretty unique fragrance with that blood orange, rose undertones, and cinnamon. But yeah, always check out Fragrance Net. You know, guys, it's around Christmas season. I do have my coupon code over there, Tim9, and the more times that coupon code gets used, the more fragrances I can do reviews on. And you do get an extra 10% off with the coupon code, so that's always cool. And then always check out Perfume Critic too. Also, one more thing, I guess who's learning how to video edit a little bit. I'm getting there, so maybe one of these times I'll have cool video editing, movies, titles flipping from the screen and all that cool stuff. But yeah, I'll see you later, okay guys? Paco Rabanne's 1 million, 9 out of 10. Alright, have a great one. Happy holidays.